Hey guys, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Welcome aboard to the daily video. So glad you are here. Please make sure you have subscribed to this humble little channel. It's great to have you on board, so hit that subscribe button. There is a whole bunch of links under here if you want to book me for private coaching. There's a whole bunch of other free stuff there, so please go ahead and grab yourself some of those links. Today, I want to share with you a really powerful quote from American President Theodore Roosevelt. There's a longer podcast version here, so I go deeper always in the podcast version. It's just here. But I listened to this yesterday. I read this quote, had a big impact on me. Why? Because often I think the way the universe works, the way that God works in your life, is that you get a kind of sense of something that comes from different sources. You're listening to different things, you're reading different things, and the same kind of message seems to keep coming through. So let me give you this quote, and then I'm just going to share with you a little bit about why it's important and why we need to be thinking about it in our lives. You ready? Here we go. So the quote is simply this: believe you can, and you're halfway there. This is essentially a quote about the concept of faith. I've been listening to Ed Milet's new book, and he begins to talk about this concept of faith a fair bit. Now, all of us are going to have different ideas, concepts around what faith actually means. I like the biblical definition, which is kind of the surety of things that we hope for, the strong, firm belief that what we hope in is going to happen. So that you have to have faith if you want to really transform your life. President Roosevelt here is making it really clear. If you believe you can, if you get to that first step of just believing something is possible, then you are halfway there. What comes after that is strategy, refining strategy, having some wins, having successes, having failures, rebuilding, and keeping yourself moving towards that goal. But without that initial step of faith, it's very, very hard to get going, my friend. Very hard indeed. So I want to encourage you today to think about this concept of faith in your own life. It's a task. It's a chore. I would love to say that this is just super easy. It's totally not. It's something that I think many of us have to work at. It's something I have to work at. It's a mental discipline. You know, I'm really good at the kind of physical disciplines. I'm kind of really black and white on a lot of things. It's very easy for me just to kind of lock in and do what I said I was going to do. But this sort of stuff, I think, is harder. So I want to ask you, in your life at the moment, what is important to you? What transitional change do you want to make? Have you got that first step of faith in place? Because without that first step, it can be really pretty challenging. So I don't want to make this kind of like an ethereal concept that's like you come away from this video going, yeah, cool, I understand. We've got to have some confidence in what we're going after. But, you know, faith is hard to grasp. But if I could leave you with a simple idea that it's the mental discipline to believe that what is important to you is going to take place. And if that belief is strong enough in you, is firm enough in you, then the details are going to take care of themselves. But without that first step, I think it's going to be really difficult. So as I get older, I think so much of this stuff is discipline. It's just like, we are going to make this happen. I'm going to choose this thought process. I'm going to step into this belief system. So it explains why so few people have really uncommon lives, the lives that they really desire. And so many people can end up just settling for whatever they have, because we're not doing this step of just rock solid, ironclad, this is happening. It may be hard, it may take time, but as Roosevelt says, without that first step of faith, you are not even going to be halfway there. So get after it, my friends. Journal it, write it, think it, discuss it, share it with people. I hope that's useful. I've got a great bunch of videos coming up in the next few days, so please make sure you subscribe. We're going to talk about quotes from Winston Churchill, David Goggins, Sarah Blakely. I've done podcast versions of all of this, so if you like the video versions, you're going to love the next few days. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'm really excited. We're going to have some great guests coming on the show very soon too. God bless you, everybody. Go check out those links. Book me for coaching, speaking. It's all there. My name's Jonathan Doyle, and I'm going to have another message for you tomorrow.